When I covered the syntax for if, while, and for, we were pretty repetitive in terms of the condition that went in those brackets. Very often we're just comparing that x was greater than something because I didn't feel like explaining all the different comparison operators. So now let's do that just for the sake of completeness. We have, of course, less than or equal to, and greater than or equal to. Hopefully those are familiar from other languages. Not equal to in C++ is exclamation mark equal sign, and the exclamation mark in general is a not. I'll show you that shortly. And equal to, super important, two equal signs. A single one means that you are assigning a value. Two, when you are comparing. You can combine your comparisons with the and or operators, Boolean and Boolean or, which are always spelled, if you will, with the double characters. So two capital 7s or two or bars to get a Boolean and or a Boolean or. Now the Boolean and ors are what we call shortcutting operators. So the sample you see here we say if x and foo at x. If x is false, there is no way for this expression to work out true. False and anything is always going to come out false. And C++, which is all about power and efficiency and everything else, will not evaluate the other half of the expression. It can't be important. No matter what it is, the thing's going to come out to false, and so we say it's a shortcutting operator. Foo will not get called. This may or may not matter from a performance point of view, but if foo has any side effects, this is super important. It's super important that you don't think foo always gets called, but also this is a popular idiom to protect bad things happening. If foo is some function that will blow up when you pass false to it, this will guarantee that it will never be passed false. That may seem silly. Why would you write a function that blows up when you pass false to it? But remember that 0 matches false, everything else matches true. And it's quite likely to write functions that blow up when they're past 0. And this is a way to protect that function from being called. You also have shortcutting like this with the or. If the first one is true, it doesn't matter what the second one is, true or anything will come out true. And again, it won't call the second one. But it's more common to see as an idiom the protection with the and. They both shortcut, however. The not operator, as I mentioned, is the exclamation mark. You can use this just to negate something you already have. So you can say if not x. You can write weird stuff like if not brackets x is less than 3, but it would make more sense to rewrite that using the greater than or equal to operators. But you'll quite often see it for functions that return true or false using not to flip around the return value from that function.